Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's your pal Impossibum here. Today we're checking out a game between Bubo and Bumbler. This is my first time ever seeing them against each other, by the way. Bubo is the ML, reinforcement learning bot I've been working on. Bumbler is a new variant. Bubo has roughly 2 billion steps, maybe a little bit more, maybe 2.1, something like that. Bumbler, he's a bum in a tumbler, by the way, so he's obviously the Bumbler. It just makes sense. You gotta go with it. Anyway, Bumbler has something like, maybe 250 million or so. So much less steps. Let's see if he can stand up, to the Bubo, who has 10 times the amount of steps he has. Bumbler's out in the lead, which is kind of amazing. By the way, these guys, they're the same in a lot of ways. They use many of the same rewards. Their network size is a little bit different, and the other main big difference with Bumbler here is that he. Sorry, I'm just watching them. This is my first time ever seeing them play, by the way, so I'm just curious to see how they go, because I normally watch them play against themselves, so I don't get to see how they work against each other. And so it's kind of cool just to see what they're doing. How are they acting? This is my first time seeing it after putting so much time into this. Anyway, looks like Bumbler is kicking some serious butt. Like I said, Bubo has 10 times the training time. Anyway, Bumbler was made in a way that gives him memory. Basically, Bubo has no idea that any other frame other than the current one exists. Essentially, it basically has dementia. Every single frame is like, okay, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Bumbler actually has a stacked observation space. In a way, he only has his past actions, so he knows what he's been doing for the last 1 second of gameplay. Meanwhile, Bubo has no idea. Every single frame, he's refiguring out what he should do based on the current situation. So I figured this might give Bumbler an advantage, an ability to get to higher level gameplay, smoother gameplay, able to carry out sequences, like knowing how to do jumps properly or launching or any of these other things. And I think this might be the case. Bumbler actually took a really long time just to reach like a base level of efficiency. Normally you can get a bot going to just do basic ball chasing at about 4 or 5 million steps. And a step is a frame, by the way, essentially. And the problem is Bumbler, it literally took about 50 million of them, so 10 times the normal amount, to actually be able to start playing, like, just doing basic ball dribbler, chasey stuff. Not even caring which direction he's hitting the ball, just hitting the ball, essentially. And, Bubo learned that in something like, like I said, 4 or 5 million steps. And the amazing thing is, Bumbler, even though he has a slightly larger network architecture, just because he has more features he has to sort through, and I figured it would be harder for him to figure out how to do that with a small network, so I give him a slightly larger one. But that actually makes it take longer for him to train in general, and just the fact that he has more features he has to sort through, I would expect it to take longer for him to catch up to the same level of Bubo, but it looks like he's doing okay. We're playing a little ring around the rosies here. Bumbler's coming out on top. I'm quite surprised to see how good Bumbler is actually doing against Bubo, his predecessor. I'm actually really surprised. Bubo does really good for an ML bot, by the way. I don't know if you're up to date on how ML bots work in Rocket League, but usually they're pretty bad. The current ones are basically just trained using other bots as input. So they're using other bots as a label maker, as to saying, okay, what should I be doing here? What is the correct action? And what you end up with is basically a very low-level clone of that bot. So no matter what, the skill ceiling is always lower than that one bot. This one, Bubo, is actually already better than the best bot, ML bot in the bot pack. I think did I post the TensorBot versus him video? I feel like I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. We'll have to check. If not, maybe I could do that at some point. And Bubo, did better than that, and Bumbler is doing even better than Bubo. It could just be just the way they're stacking up. But look at that. Bumbler knew that he couldn't just push that ball. He had to get around to it, and he did it. He does not seem scared to just, skirt the edge of that goal and just barely slip it in there. He's doing very well. I'm very surprised, and his movement feels much smoother than I would expect from a bot with only 250 million steps. Some of the best bots in the reinforcement learning community, for Rocket League anyhow, are generally, you don't see anything really decent resembling, intelligent gameplay until, like, I don't know, a billion steps. Or, at least to a point where you could say, okay, it'll beat something. I'm really surprised by how well Tumblr's doing. It is, I'm rather amazed, to be quite honest. I'm really, like, looking forward to seeing how far I could push this bot now. Because, I anticipated that this might be the case. I was thinking that having access to a memory of sorts might make it better. Oh, don't go in there. No, Bumbler! Bubo kind of pushed him into it. He couldn't help it. Alright? You can't make fun of Bumbler there. I assumed that having some kind of action memory about what it's done and what it's doing would help increase the level of gameplay, but of course you don't, it's a hypothesis, so you have to test it. And I tested it with Bumbler, and I'm really surprised how well it's doing right off the bat. None of this is hard-coded, by the way. They don't, I don't tell them how to do a kickoff. I don't tell them how to, skirt around the ball or get under it. Basically, they just keep playing and testing until it works. It's essentially what happened now. As you can see, sometimes they get into weird positions where they don't like, and they'll just, like, derp out, like, just flip around and stuff. So this is all totally trained, behavior. They've learned this all themselves. There was no baseline of intelligence for them to start with. It looks like Bubo is actually making a comeback here. Mind you, I'm going to let it run until 5 minutes. So that's the length of a normal game. If you're doing proper testing to see, okay, which bot is, really the best and how much is just luck. Generally, oh my god, that was a bad idea there, Bumbler. Generally, you let it run for quite a long while. So, 5 minutes is not a proper test. But, it's, all things considered, it's doing better than I thought it would. So even if Bubo catches up, like I said, Bubo has 10 times the training that Bumbler has. So the fact that Bumbler is even making it close, absolutely amazing to me. Let's get, what are you going to do, Bubo? What are you going to do? You're gonna center it for Bumbler? I'm sure he'd appreciate that. Where are you, Bumbler? Go get the ball. Bumbler, where you at? Yeah, go challenge him. Oh, he didn't know what's up with those walls. I'm guessing Bumbler has not learned how to deal with the walls yet. And Bubo's like, all right, I'll just very, very slowly bring this one home. That was like the world's slowest goal, but it didn't matter. Bumbler wasn't there to take care of it. Come on, Bumbler. I'm rooting against Bubo. I feel like a horrible father. All right, let's say next goal wins. Come on, do it. Do your thing, Bumbler. Oh, he's going to get the boost. He's got the boost. He's not pushing it, though. He could totally push this advantage with his boost, but he doesn't want to. Oh, no. He's going to let Bubo score. Don't let Bubo score. Don't do it. Don't just give him a freebie. Don't you dare push that in. All right, he saved it. Oh, look at that positioning. He got behind and hooked that wonderfully. All right, push it in. Come on, Bumbler. You can do it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Push it in. Way to go. And Bumbler wins. It was a close-ish match, but I am really surprised Bumbler's doing as well as he is. Anyway, guys, we're ending this one here. If you guys want to see a tutorial of how to do these, how to make these bots, I can definitely do that. I'll likely get one up within the next week or so, so you look forward to that. You guys are new to this channel, it's kind of stuff I do, so if you like coding and reinforcement learning and machine learning type stuff, just, coding projects in general, you might like it here. So once you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click that bell icon so you know when I put out new content. Smash that like button, leave a comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.